We turn her up a little bit.
Hi, I'm Kathy Forsey, and I'm music director at Casey Cafe Radio. And today we are chatting with Diane Hubka and the Sun Canyon Band. They have a new album out called You Never Can Tell, which has been having a lot of success here on Casey Cafe Radio. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today on Casey Cafe Radio.
Thank you so much for having us. And this is Rick Mayock, our very integral part of the Sun Canyon Band. Helped
Happy
me
to be here.
found it, basically.
Yes.
We're happy to have you. So can you tell me, Diane, can you tell me who the members of the band are and just introduce who other than Rick and what they play and
Yes, Rick plays acoustic guitar and electric guitar and baritone guitar, and he sings, and he's a wonderful songwriter. And I sing and play a couple different guitars. And Joe Cacavo is our bass player, and he also plays mandolin and banjo, so we're figuring out how to use him on those instruments because he's really good on everything, and guitar. He plays guitar, but he's our bass player. And then we have a couple different drummers that we've been working with. Skeeter G is our drummer that's been playing with us in the park. We've been playing outside in the park since the shutdown, pretty much, or a year after the shutdown. And we also had Lynn Coulter on drums and percussion, who he played on our CD, and he played at our CD release party, and he's played with us a couple times. So we love them all.
yeah.
And we
And
have Nora.
I was going to say,
Nora,
who's your dog,
Yeah.
your furry bandmate there?
This is Nora. She's in position, and she's actually on our record. If you heard the song Albuquerque, she actually plays. She's a good speller. I'll just give that as the clue.
So people need to tune in for that song to hear that. That'd be great. Yeah. Well, hi Nora. It's good to have you here too. So tell me, how did you get together with the Sun Canyon Band? How did you guys get together?
Well, Rick and I have known each other for like 15 years or so, and he has a band called East of Lincoln, which does most of his original rock songs and other really great rock songs. And Irv is in his band too, and I was singing jazz most of my professional life. So we would get together and play, but we didn't work together regularly. I would just sit in with him sometimes, and he would sit in with me sometimes. And then 5 years ago or so, I wanted to switch to folk and country and get back to my roots. And so we were able to play more because I was more interested in playing the songs that you were playing. And he would come and sit. I had a coffee shop gig. I was trying to woodshed and learn these songs and relearn the ones that I used to play when I was growing up. And he would come and play with me. And then during the shutdown, we got together with a friend of ours, Wendy Sue Rosloff, who plays wonderful percussion and also sings and plays guitar. And we started doing a live stream in 2020 for about a year. We did it every Wednesday, called it Wednesday Happy Hour, and right here from my living room. The wall was a different color. And then Rick and I started playing. So it just evolved from that. We just started playing together, and I liked the sound. I thought it was good. Then we wanted to record the songs about a year later. So in 2022, 2021, end of 2021, we recorded. We got Chad Watson to help produce it, and he's the one that got Lynn Coulter on drums, and he got Albert Lee to play on the CD, guest on the CD, which was fabulous.
Yeah.
And then the next spring, we met Joe. He heard us in the park, and he was like, "I'd really like to play bass with you," and we were like, "We'd really like to have a bass player." So it just kind of evolved, and I'm really excited because it's sounded good.
It's
really had a
evolved
lot of
into
fun.
something really awesome. So the new album is called You Never Can Tell, and it's got some original tunes on it, but it also has some covers, which You Never Can Tell, I think, is a Chuck Berry cover, right?
Yeah,
And then Baton Rouge, isn't that a Guy Clark? Is that Guy
Guy
Clark?
Clark. Yeah.
Okay. So how did you decide on what covers that you do on the album?
Well, from coming from my jazz background, I do love like Texas swing, and I like songs with kind of a fun rhythm, and I also, I love good stories and just good melodies. And so to me, and when I was a jazz singer, I didn't write any original songs. I was just, and we didn't call them covers, we called them standards.
Right.
So I just like, I don't call myself a songwriter, I call myself a song finder. I just
Oh,
like to
nice.
find good songs and, and
Although
then
you do have an original song.
I did write one original song, and it's a folk song, and it's on the album. But Rick's a great songwriter. But we just have fun. But as a jazz artist, I like to find songs and then hopefully do my own interpretation.
Right.
Not like, there are a lot of jazz artists that maybe will do a jazz version of a Bob Dylan tune. I don't try to do that. I'm trying to be true to the Americana style,
Right.
and the folk music. But take liberties with the melody and the phrasing and so forth, and try to make it my own. And
So
that's
what made you want to go from being a jazz singer to a folk singer? That's quite a jump.
Yeah, I think, well, it is and it isn't, because now that I'm learning more about folk music, I realize I thought I was leaving one umbrella and going into a different umbrella, but I actually just stepped under a bigger umbrella that includes all of it. And I really saw that at the Folk Alliance International conference.
Yes.
There was just every kind of music, and all blended together in different groups would have instruments that you would think of jazz instruments together with folk instruments, and it totally worked,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I did, it's political. I don't want to turn anybody off, but I'll just say I was very upset by the 2016 election, which I think everybody
As
in the
many of us
country
were.
was, like either side, was upset.
Yeah.
And I wanted to sing protest songs and pro-union songs, and it just made me, I couldn't just sing another Gershwin love song. I wanted to sing something that had more meaning or something. But then it quickly evolved to my just loving to, get back to the music I grew up with in the 70s, basically. And,
Right.
And yeah.
Yeah. I think, that's one thing I hate about labels with music, is that music is music and good music is good music.
Yeah.
I hate labeling music because it's just, I don't know. I like everything, there's not like a type of music that I don't like. And so to say, what kind of music do you like? I like good music, I like what I like. And some people might not think what I like is good either. So whatever, Can you guys do a song for us?
We would love to, yeah. I think I changed the songs that we were going to do from what I told you, if that's okay.
Okay, no problem.
I noticed that you've been playing Albuquerque, so I thought we'd start with that.
Great, that's awesome.
It's a great tune that it's written by Rob Carlson, who was in Susie Glaze's band, and she's the one who turned me
She's
on to it.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
she's
her on
awesome.
KC Cafe Radio as well.
Yeah, and so we do this. So it's called Albuquerque. I'm so tired of this big city. That's why I'm leaving town. Nobody cares if you're living or dead or buried 6 feet under the ground. It's too small in this big city. I need some elbow room. I want to climb over a mountain so high that you could reach up and grab the moon. I got the blues, the big city blues. Let's go to Albuquerque. That's what I said, Albuquerque, out in old New Mexico. Albuquerque, I finally stopped my searching at the end of the fabled rainbow. I had to leave the hustle of the city behind. I finally found the missing piece to my peace of mind. Oh, Albuquerque, that's what I said, Albuquerque, out in old New Mexico.
music.
Hey Mo, Albuquerque. It's a word that rhymes with turkey. Just say the word and we'll go. After roping and erection, baby, we'll go dancing in some old watering hole. We'll be swinging and a-swaying. That old jukebox will be playing something from the cowboy radio. Oh, Albuquerque, A-L-B-U-Q-U-E-R-Q-U-E's the place for me. Everybody, A-L-B-U-Q-U-E-R-Q-U-E. Albuquerque is the place for me. Yeehaw.
All right, that was awesome. Diane Hubka and the Sun Canyon Band with the song Albuquerque from Never Can Tell. That was a great song. I want to ask you about your hummingbird Gibson there. Is that an older one or is that a newer one?
It's not real old. I got it on Reverb a couple years ago, used, and I think it's from the teens. I think 2016 or 17. But I love it because of the color. Because usually they
beautiful.
are really bright red.
Yes.
And it's also I'm missing the hummingbird, which I love hummingbirds. I've got hummingbird feeders, and I was going to have it restored, but someone said no, it's like really.
Yeah, it's unique that
thanks.
way, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it sounds. I love the sound.
Yeah, and I'm not a big Gibson person, but I love the hummingbird. That's like the guitar. If I could get a Gibson, that's the one I want.
Yeah.
My brother had one, and he traded it for a motorcycle, which really made me angry at him. Anyway,
I think it's because of the mahogany.
yeah, it just sounds so
Just
good,
saying.
so pretty. So I want to ask you about, do you come from a musical family?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, no professional musicians, but we all sang and played. And my mother was a really good singer, and I had music lessons at an early age. I'm really grateful for that. They had me playing violin when I was 6 and 7. I was like, so hard to hold the violin up. I was like, and trombone, and then I found guitar. Yeah, but
So at what point did you think I want to make music part of my life? Was it from an early age or?
well, I always wanted to, and then in high school I was very shy and I was real nerdy, and I didn't pursue it. I didn't think, well, I didn't take it in high school. I didn't join the band. Can you all hear that? I hope you can't hear that.
I can hear a little bit. It's not too bad, but
They're redoing the floors upstairs. Welcome to West Hollywood. Yeah, so I didn't really, all through high school and college, I didn't pursue it professionally, but I really wanted to. So I hung out, like I had a boyfriend all through college who was in a band, and I would go hear them all the time, and like 3 or 4 nights a week, and then they would record it, and they'd stay up and listen to the recordings later. So I was kind of immersed around the music business, if you call it that, without being directly involved, but I realized after a while that I wanted to be directly involved. So then I started playing guitar, and that's when I found my guitar teacher who taught me jazz, and I went big in the jazz direction. That's all I wanted to do. And you grew up around a lot of music in Western Pennsylvania, right?
Northeastern
Eastern,
Pennsylvania. Yeah, pretty much rock and roll. Pretty much self-taught. I taught myself the guitar. No real formal lessons. No music teachers that weren't either, rageaholics or criminally insane.
Slapping your fingers with rulers.
Pretty much self-taught. Yeah.
yeah. I'm a guitar teacher, so
Okay.
I teach guitar, banjo, mandolin, banjo. So
You
ukulele.
seem very nice.
Yeah, I think I'm much nicer than the rageaholics or anything. I try not to rage at my students. So what plans do you have for the next year with the band? Are you
Well,
guys
we
going
wanna
on
just,
tour?
Yeah, I'm not sure about touring because we're kind of rooted here in LA for now, but little mini tours, yeah, we definitely were thinking about it. We met a lot of people at the conference in Kansas City that do house concerts and stuff, and it would be really fun to try to line stuff up. But we're definitely trying to play around here, and we have some bookings coming up next year.
Mm-hmm.
And we also want to go to the Far West Conference. That'll be this fall, and I hope we'll be able to play at that. We're going to try to play there. We just got things going on out away from the park. We had our first indoors gig in was it in March? No, it was in February. It was
April.
in April, the beginning of April.
Mm-hmm.
At the Coffee Gallery backstage, which is a really nice little room, and it's going to be, sadly, they're closing it. So we just got in there right before it closed. I'm really glad
Yeah.
that we were able to do that, and I'm really glad that Bob Stain is going to be okay, but he's just, ready to retire.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're working towards
So
it.
as far as Far West goes, are they doing in person this year, or is it?
They are, yes.
Oh, good, very good. I might head out there then.
That's
we
fun.
went, Casey Cafe Radio has been out there for like the last five times they've done it. Of course, we're online the last 2 years, so
Yeah.
so maybe we'll make it back out there again. That'd be great. So really quickly before I let you go, I'm gonna have you do another song, but I wanted to ask you about having Albert Lee on the album. You mentioned Chad Watson brought him in, and Chad Watson is a name we hear a lot here on Casey Cafe Radio. He's involved with everybody, I think.
Great.
How did you get that to go, and what did he contribute on the album, Albert Lee?
Yeah, that was just the higher power, granting Diane's wish, because as getting back into this music, I've been using YouTube a lot to learn songs and just watch people. And so Emmylou Harris, I always loved her, but I really became a huge Emmylou Harris fan. And I would watch her early, you can see her early shows like on TV in the 70s where, I forget what it was called, the Whistle Stop or the Midnight something.
Midnight
Anyway,
Special, Whistle Stop.
Yeah, and she's got this great
yeah.
band with Randy Crowell and a whole bunch of people. Oh, and this wiry-haired, skinny guitar player, Albert Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've seen his name around here, like at McCabe's and stuff, but I'd never met him. And so we'd already recorded the tracks of the CD, and we were talking about different ideas. And Chad calls me up one day and says, "I'm thinking about asking Albert Lee to play on your record. Would that be okay?" And all I could say is, "The Albert Lee?" So it was thrilling, and we did, because I do a lot of songs that I learned from Emmylou's recordings on this album. You Never Can Tell is one of them. I learned If I Could Only Win Your Love from her. What else? Anyway, he played on, we actually recorded 16 songs, and we only released 11. So we have 5 more, but I think he played on 5 or 7 songs. He played mandolin on a couple things. He played his amazing guitar on some things, and he did vocals too. So it was
Awesome. That's such a big bonus to have him on
yeah,
there.
really upped the authenticity in my mind.
Yeah.
and it just really worked beautifully. So
Awesome.
really
Well,
happy.
can you do another song for us?
Yeah. I thought we'd do one of Rick's tunes, because he's a great songwriter, and this is one of my favorite tunes. It's called
Yeah, this is a song called Dancing with My Shadow. Dancing on the rooftop in the howling wind, dancing in the moonlight until my blood is thin, dancing with my shadow, dancing with my shadow. Dancing in the sunshine on the pavement black, dancing with a memory, never turning back. Today's the day for a new beginning. Today's the day for a new beginning. Light and gentle lover, always there beside me, always a reflection of what what's deep inside me. Blackbirds stretched across the sky, winging ever gracefully with no alibi. Today's the day for a new beginning. Today's the day for a new beginning. Dancing with my shadow.
He wrote that.
Beautiful. I love that.
Thank you.
Diane Hubka and Rick Maylock. Is it Maylock?
Mayock. Yeah.
Maylock. That's right. Rick, can you tell me what was the inspiration for that song?
Well, I would say that it's just kind of a internal thing. Everybody has a shadow, and whether we like it or not. And I thought, well, we have to dance with our shadow because we can't escape it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to burst anyone's illusions, but my friend Arnie had a dog named Shadow, and when he used to sing that song, Shadow would look at me and he thought I wrote it about him.
And of course, I think every woman wants it to be about like a love story about dancing with my shadow.
But don't tell Arnie's dog that it wasn't written about him, but it break his heart.
Yeah, we'll keep it to ourselves. We don't let him know. Maybe we let Nora think it's about her.
Right.
So
the sequel, Dancing with Nora.
There you go. Well, thank you guys for joining us today on Casey Cafe Radio.
Thanks for having us.
So are you guys thinking about another album, or are you just going to work on this one for a little while, or have you already thought about going back into the studio?
We're going to release the other songs that we didn't release this time. We had it ready to go, and then I just thought it's too much music. So they're all ready. So we'll at least do an EP with the remaining 5 tunes.
Mm-hmm.
But we're thinking we want to, Rick wrote us a great theme song called Sun Canyon. So we probably want to record that and maybe a couple others and probably work on it this year. We'll see what happens.
Great.
You will hear more from us.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to hearing more from you guys. I'll let everybody know that you can find you guys on the internet at suncanyonband.com, correct?
Yep.
And
Yep.
you're also on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You have some good videos there on YouTube. I watched a couple of them last night. So you guys can check them out, and you got a great website too. Anything else we need to let everybody know about? Where they can find the music? I'm guessing.
Thank you.
Yeah. Are you guys on Spotify and all that stuff?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, Spotify, iTunes, it's everywhere. Hopefully, CD Baby. You can buy it from our website. You can buy them from our shows. We have actual CDs. I didn't.
And we're
have
playing
one
at
handy,
the.
but it's, yeah.
We're playing at the banjo and fiddle contest, right?
Oh well, I'm gonna try out in the contest as a singer.
The Topanga
Banjo and fiddle contest.
contest.
It's a really nice little folk festival.
Cool.
It happens all day and all night. And it's really fun to go to. So
Yeah,
that's
we have
coming up May 21st.
Winfield, Kansas here. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the Walnut Folk Festival, but it's pretty big here in the Kansas City area. So
When is that?
I think it's in June, I think. So.
Wow. What, I'm lining up things. I'm learning about things too late for this year, but I would love to go to that.
Yeah.
I want any excuse to come back to Kansas City. It was really pretty city. And
We'd love to
fun.
have you come back. It's you know, we always appreciate great music, and if you guys come back this way, maybe we can find you a gig somewhere around here. So.
Oh, that'd be great.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look into that.
All right. Yeah. Let me know. Keep in touch with me, and we can maybe work something out. All right. Well, let me let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining us today on Casey Cafe Radio. And I want to let everybody know again, you can check out Diane Hubka and the Sun Canyon Band at their website, suncanyonband.com. And you can also find them on Spotify and all the other downloadable sites as well. So go check them out. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
Okay.